Welcome to my sewing room. I'm Calico Kate, and this is Friday Sews. A lot of cutting out, not a whole lot of sewing, but I have done some. I've got all of my burnt cloths and baby blankets all done. So they are ready to go to DFS, Family Services, when I get the pillowcases done. All of the pillowcases are cut out with trims cut out and with the fabric they're going to go to. So that's all done. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. So that's done. I did a tutorial on how to make a bowl koozie, and so this is going to go to a friend of mine. So I did get that done this week sewing. I found Jackson's Friends fabric at a midnight store, and so he and I are going to make a pillowcase out of this. And he said Braden's favorite color is blue, so we are going to use this blue to go with that. I'd have probably gone yellow or gray, but this was Jackson's choice. He knows his friend better than I. So that's done. Like I said, it's not been a worthless week at all. I tried making Franken-paper. All Franken-paper is strips of, Franken fabric is strips of fabric sewn together. And so I've made this one, and I've made this one, and all I'm going to do with it, I think, I have some batting, is cut it to make hot pads out of. Not sure even of that. But if I decide to, and the lint on it's awful, if I decide to, I've got that ready, and that would just be for here at home, just to use. If I had prettier fabric and if that turns out okay, I might give it to the DAR veterans welcome home baskets, but I think I'd rather use prettier fabric, that all matched and all that. I guess I could say this looks quilted, but I would hope if I was quilting, I wouldn't just reach for fabric and stick it on and sew it. Emerson helped me do some of it. It's just kind of there. So that is what I'm working on. I went to the Bernina store. We don't have a McDonald's. We don't have a Walmart. We don't even have a Dollar Tree. We've got a dollar store, but we do have a Bernina store. Because someone had mentioned for my quilt to get a free quilting foot that would be easier to go around all this. Well, the store didn't have one, but they've ordered me one that should be in next week. So we will do that. I have been playing and these fabrics don't go together. I was just using scraps, paper piecing. And excuse me. So what I did is I paper pieced the hexagons together, and then I slow stitched them on to the fabric. I put some flannel behind it as batting, just to give it a little texture and all. I did the blanket stitch around, and then I did the X's up and down, and I don't know if I'll finish or not. It was just something I was trying. But this weekend I may need to fly to Texas, and if I do, that would be some slow stitching I could just play with. I do have matching fabric I could put on the other side, and if nothing else, it could be a mug rug for my craft table. Nothing big. So that's kind of what I've finished up. The week just flew by. I'm not real sure where it all went. But I do have some sewing done. I've got my pillowcases all cut out, ready to sew. I may start on that this afternoon, and I may not. I don't know. And some used fabric that I picked up, I found this little pattern already cut out of a dress. And I may keep it for another pattern to make a doll dress out of. I don't know, but I'm thinking I may trace it and keep it then for a doll dress. Emerson's got enough dolls that always need clothes. I don't have a pattern, and I'm thinking that this little dress does have a pattern, and if nothing else, I've bought some vintage fabric that I might use for that little doll that my mother-in-law had that didn't have any clothes on it for so many years. Nothing else, I may make a dress for her. But I am going to for sure keep it so that I can use it for a pattern for something. I mean, I may have a great-granddaughter that needs it. So on the sewing front, that's it. I kept Emerson all last weekend, and you saw where she got to sew. And now every time she comes in, she wants to sew. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. She still likes that craft table. She still likes her paint and her coloring and all those kind of things. So sewing hasn't overridden any of that. On the front this week, I hope, depending on what family issues call, I'll finish up my pillowcases so that I can get those to DFS. I did knit a scarf that I thought I would send there as well, as it's getting cold here in Northeast Missouri. And once my foot comes in, I want to work on that wall hanging. Some things that I may get cut out is I have a dress pattern, a dress I should say, that I really like. And I do better without a pattern and just lay the dress down. It doesn't have a facing or anything. And I've got some knit fabric I got at the consignment store, and I thought I might maybe cut that out. Don't know. Like I said, there's some family issues with my mother's not well right now and in the hospital, so I may be flying down to Texas, and so everything will go with that, and I'm perfectly fine with that, of course. So things are just kind of on the burner. So I know this is kind of short for me, but that's okay. I doing well, staying calm. The weather's colder. Supposed to get up to warmer today though, so I might go for a walk. However, I hope things are doing well and life is treating you kind. Have a wonderful week, and remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.